Welcome to subramani.com. Please click on the bell icon. Please subscribe. Nice to see more numbers there. So, in a series of what I am doing for personal finance for business people, one thing which came out to me was completely out that one 32-year-old boy I know came to me and said, I'm raising finance for my business. So I said, so what's the hurry? What does your team look like? Obviously, he did not have an accountant or forget a CFO. CFO to dur ki baat hai. He did not even have an accountant. He had 2-3 people. He himself was little techie and little marketing oriented guy. He had some tech people, which 4-5 of them, and they were going to create some app or game. And so I said, look, in your team, you need a lot of people. You need a lawyer, you need a chartered accountant, and very importantly, you need an IFA. IFA will preferably a qualified chartered accountant or somebody like that who will be able to give you a lot of gyan and a lot of things to do. I was not here to give him that gyan. I told him you need this person who will tell you. So he said, why do I need an IFA? I said, you're investing in mutual funds, you have an agent, but he does not qualify as an IFA simply because you do not think he is capable of giving you all these services. But right from what form of organization? Should I be a sole proprietor? Should I be a company? Should I be an LLP? Do I plan to list myself? You need to answer those questions. It's not that you're going to list yourself tomorrow. Maybe if you survive 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, maybe you will list, maybe you will not list. I don't know, but somebody has to ask you those questions as to what all you want to do. So step 1 is you need a person whom you can ask, what should I do regarding these things? You don't even know what questions to ask. That is where it starts. So I said, well, an IFA should do a lot of things for you. Let me just write down. So I said, right from form of business and I said, what this guy has to do for you is to try to tell you how much of medical insurance you need. So this boy did not have any medical insurance. The worst thing is his father, who was 59, I think he was 59, also did not have medical insurance. I said, this is the time to take medical insurance for your parents because you do not know what one illness can do to your business. Forget what it can do to your dad. That of course is there at the physical level, but if your dad does not have money for his illness, and most people would not dream of a 10 lakh rupee medical bill, but it happens, right? Even a case like COVID can set you back by 2-3 lakhs. It's not a small amount. Even a fall and a breaking of a leg can cost you a lakh and a half. So having medical insurance for people around you and for you yourself is step 1 when you start off on your own business. When you have your company, you can at least go back and say, give me a PF loan or things like that. Here you have no clue where to turn to. You don't have friends, colleagues, nothing. Right? You are on your own. You are a businessman. So I don't think money will come so easily. So you need medical insurance. You need term insurance for all the loans. So this again comes from a financial advisor. Not your chartered accountant may not be thinking of advising you on all this because you never asked him. He is there as an accountant. He is not here to look after your risk and your investment. So this looking after is very important. It has to be an important and integral part of your business, right? Let us say you are a 27-year-old girl. You have rich parents. You're not yet married, and you get into a partnership with another person, and that person is a 43-year-old male, married, 2 children, right? And both of you are 50% partners. What will happen is suddenly the pulls will be very different. You are staying with your parents. You don't have any of those expenses. In the worst case scenario, you did not pay for food, you did not pay for rent, you did not pay anything where your dad can afford it. Here is a guy who is married, he's got a wife who is not earning and 2 children in school. He needs money. Now you have decided between the two of you for 6 months there will be no salary. That's fine, he's provided for. But then the business stalls, business is not doing well. You don't need the cash, but he needs the cash, right? How are you going to handle all this? So these questions your agent should be able to ask you. Let's call him a advisor. He should be able to ask you these questions, and then you can find out an answer. I'm not in a hurry to find the answer, but at least you should know the questions to ask, right? So if you've never done any budgeting in your life, you need to know how to do budgeting, you need to know how to do cash flow, how to do fund flow, how to manage your personal budget, how to manage your business budget, how are you going to share the profits, right? Profits is dur ki baat hai. How are you going to share the work? You need documentation on all this. You cannot just hope that you and your partner understand what is going to happen. No, you need it in writing, right? Planning your at a later stage, planning your employees' salaries, employee taxation, paying the TDS on time. This should be done by your chartered accountant, but it is your IFA who will tell you, or your chartered accountant who will tell you how to break up your salaries, etc. So even the minute you get 5 people, you need a chartered accountant on board. He need not be an employee. He can be an outsourced chartered accountant whose services are available to you 4-5 hours a week. That's fine. An IFA whose services are available, say 1 hour a month, that's fine. But at least you should sit down, consider all those things. Do I need group insurance for my staff, or is 5 a small group? Will I get it? I don't know. Go and find the answer yourself, because you are the businessman. If you think you can find an answer to all these complex questions on the internet, you are sadly mistaken. Please don't confuse a good quality advisor for Google. He is much beyond Google. He reads it, he understands it, he interprets it for you. There are 3 different things. Google cannot interpret it for you. Google will give you the data. Google gives you more data, but somebody has to read it, assimilate it, and give it to you on any topic, whether it is heart surgery or eye surgery or indexing or term insurance. It is not so simple to get good quality implementable data and facts together. So don't websites like subramani.com do it? Yes, we do it, but we do it at a very generic level. So if I say that an ultra short bond fund is good, I mean, do you have the risk-taking ability if you're looking for high yield? Your risk-taking ability comes from the fact that you can sit tight for 5 years. Why 5 years in an ultra-short bond fund? Well, that's the kind of risk that some fund managers took and some continue to take, right? So you need to understand those risks, and that can happen only when you have a good quality advisor. Preferably if he is a qualified person, even better, because he will be able to help you with a lot more things. You don't need these people on a full-time basis. You cannot afford it. They are not worth having on a full-time basis at this level. Once you have 500 crores to invest, then it's a different matter. But you're at a startup stage, you need somebody who will do all this for you. Thank you.